Have you ever wondered what really hurts your cat every single day, but they never show it? Not the obvious stuff. I'm talking about the quiet heartbreaks. The things you do, without thinking, that slowly break their little heart from the inside out. Because cats don't scream when they're sad. They don't cry when they feel ignored. They just suffer in silence while you go on, completely unaware. And today, we're pulling back the curtain. These aren't the same overused tips you've seen 100 times. These are raw, real, and emotionally powerful truths that no one else is talking about. If you love your cat, you need to hear this. So if you truly care about your furry best friend, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with me to the very end. Because after this, you'll never look at your cat the same way again. Number 1. When you walk past without noticing them. To you, it might just be another quick trip to the kitchen. But to your cat, it feels like being invisible in their own home. Cats don't beg for love the way dogs do, but they feel just as deeply. When you walk past them without eye contact, a small word, or even a glance, they sometimes interpret it as rejection. Especially if they've been waiting there, hoping you'd come sit or play. Your silence hurts more than you realize, because they don't understand busy. All they see is their favorite human. And then, nothing. It builds up quietly, day by day. Your cat may become more withdrawn, thinking they're not important to you anymore. That hurts them in a way they don't know how to express, except by sleeping more, staring at walls, or quietly fading into the background. And most owners never even notice it's happening. Number 2. Too much silence in the house. Cats thrive in peaceful environments, but not empty ones. When a home becomes too quiet, no chatter, no background music, no interaction, your cat starts feeling the emptiness too. It's not about loudness. It's about presence. Your voice, even when you're talking to someone else, tells them the world is still moving. Silence, especially for hours or days, begins to feel like abandonment. They stop hearing they're human. They stop feeling part of the energy that used to make their home feel alive. Over time, this dull silence starts to affect their mental health. They may eat less, play less, and sleep more, not because they're lazy, but because they're emotionally disconnecting. Cats are more emotional than people think. A house without warmth in the air, not just heat, but human sound, makes them feel like the world has gone cold. Number 3. Inconsistent affection. Cats build emotional security through patterns. When you give affection some days and ignore them the next, it's not just confusing, it's painful. One moment, you're rubbing their chin and telling them they're your baby, and the next, you're brushing them off like they're in the way. They don't know why the love turned off. They don't understand mood swings. All they feel is, I did something wrong. That confusion lingers inside them and makes them question their bond with you. Unlike dogs, cats don't beg for reassurance. They silently pull away. Their trust doesn't break in a big, dramatic moment. It erodes in 100 quiet ones. When love is offered, then suddenly gone. Over time, they stop initiating contact, not because they don't want love, but because they're scared it'll hurt again. The inconsistency becomes a wound they carry silently. Number 4. Sudden loud movements. Even if you don't mean it, when you slam a door, drop something, or suddenly shout at the TV, your cat flinches inside. They live in a state of hyper-awareness, and their world is all about safety. Loud sounds feel like danger. Sudden movements feel like attack. And while they may not run every time, they feel it every single time. Over the years, those repeated jolts chip away at their sense of peace. It's like living in a world that might explode at any moment. They can never fully relax. That chronic stress turns into physical tension, stomach problems, and even a shorter lifespan. It doesn't take yelling at them to hurt them. It just takes living loudly without noticing how it affects your quiet, sensitive companion. To them, peace is not a luxury. It's their emotional anchor. Without it, they're always bracing for the next invisible hit. Number 5. Ignoring their glances. Every time your cat looks at you, they're saying something. A blink means trust. A stare might mean curiosity or loneliness. But when you ignore their gaze completely, day after day, they start feeling like they're speaking a language no one hears. Cats don't meow at each other much. They communicate silently, especially with us. Their eyes are full of emotion, and when you miss those soft calls for connection, it hurts them quietly. It tells them, "You don't see me." Over time, they stop looking. That's when you know the damage has begun. They may still love you, but that deep, unspoken connection, it fades. And with it, a little part of their joy. Just returning their gaze, blinking slowly, or even whispering their name when they look your way can rebuild that bridge. But when ignored too long, it becomes a heartbreaking silence between two souls who once trusted each other deeply. Number 6. Closing doors without thinking. To you, closing a bedroom or office door might be routine. But for your cat, it can feel like emotional exile. Cats are territorial, and they see the whole house, every hallway, every corner, as shared space with you. When you close a door, you're not just blocking a path. You're cutting off part of their world and their access to you, especially if they're used to sitting near you while you work or sleeping near your feet. Suddenly being shut out feels like a punishment they don't understand. They may scratch, cry softly, or just sit in silence on the other side, wondering what they did wrong. It becomes a daily heartbreak, small but sharp, when they hear the door click and you're gone. To them, love means access. And when doors become walls, it tells them they're not part of your life in that moment. And that cuts deep. Number 7. Touching them when they're not ready. Just because your cat is soft and adorable doesn't mean they always want to be touched. Many cats build up trust slowly and have emotional boundaries just like we do. But when we scoop them up suddenly, pet them when they're hiding, or stroke them too roughly while they're resting, it doesn't feel like affection. It feels like a breach of trust. Imagine someone hugging you while you're trying to be alone, or touching your face in your sleep. It's unsettling. Cats internalize that discomfort and slowly begin to associate your hands with unpredictability, not love. They may start to dodge you, flinch when you reach for them, or simply avoid shared spaces. That's not them being distant. It's them protecting their peace, respecting their timing, their body, and their mood shows them that love isn't forced. When they feel safe to approach, they give their affection freely, and it means the world. Number 8. Forgetting to talk to them. It might sound silly, but your voice is the most comforting sound your cat knows. They may not understand every word, but they recognize your tone, your rhythm, your mood. When you speak to them, even casually, you're telling them, "You matter, I see you, we're connected." But when days go by and not a single word is spoken in their direction, your cat starts to feel emotionally isolated. They don't feel involved in your life. And for an animal that bonds through subtle signs of trust, your silence feels like fading love. They might still sit near you, but emotionally, they begin to drift. Over time, they stop expecting warmth. That kind of emotional emptiness doesn't show up overnight. It appears in the quiet, unnoticed gaps where love used to be. A simple "Hey baby," or "How are you doing?" in a soft voice can rebuild more than you know. Number 9. Changing their environment too often. Cats build their emotional world through repetition and stability. When furniture moves, when a new scent fills the room, or when their favorite blanket is suddenly gone, it shakes their sense of control. Unlike us, they don't process change as a refresh. To them, it's a threat. It's uncertainty. Each change, no matter how small, feels like something sacred has been broken. Their nap spot now smells like detergent. Their favorite sunbeam is gone because the curtains changed. Their food bowl moved, and they're not sure why. This creates daily stress, even if they don't show it loudly. Their world is built on familiar patterns, and when those vanish, they carry a quiet confusion that lingers. Over time, they may become more jumpy, more withdrawn, or more clingy, not because they're being dramatic, but because they're trying to hold onto some piece of home in a world that keeps shifting. Number 10. Not realizing how much they wait for you. When you leave for work, your cat doesn't know what 8 hours means. They just know you're gone. And during those long hours, they don't sleep the way they do when you're home. They wait. Sometimes at the window, sometimes by the door, sometimes in a spot that smells like you, hoping, wondering, listening for the sound of your keys. This waiting isn't boredom. It's quiet loyalty. It's love without words. And when you return without acknowledging how long they've been waiting, no soft voice, no smile, no quick cuddle, it breaks something in them. Because they gave you the day, and they didn't even get a moment. It's not about being dramatic. It's about emotional needs that never get spoken, but run deeper than most people realize. A 10-second hello can heal 10 hours of waiting. But without it, that loneliness sinks in day after day, until waiting starts to feel like wishing. Your cat may never cry, never yell, never send you a text to say, "Hey, that hurt." But they feel everything. They remember the quiet, invisible wounds, the missed glances, the slammed doors, the absence of your voice, just as deeply as they remember your love. That's the hardest part of being a cat parent. The things that hurt the most are the ones they never show. No dramatic tantrums. Just silence, withdrawal, a little more distance each day. But the beautiful truth? You have the power to heal every single one of these heartbreaks. And it doesn't take much. A soft word. A slow blink. Leaving the door open just once. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Because to your cat, you are their whole world. And when you treat that world gently, with love and intention, that's when the magic happens. That's when they finally feel safe enough to love you back fully. So if this touched your heart, don't just scroll away. Go find your cat. Right now. Look them in the eyes. Speak softly. Blink slowly. Let them know you see them. And if you felt this deeply, share it with someone else who loves their cat. Your cat's heart is waiting. Make sure it doesn't break quietly.